Good evening and welcome. I'm Selena Meade with the Vsb TV 11 Evening News on this Friday, August the 15th. In our top story tonight, a 100-year-old man and an 88-year-old woman escaped injury this lunch hour after the taxi in which they were riding collided with a private car. A 3-year-old traveling in the car was taken to the hospital for injuries that are not believed to be serious. The accident took place on North Shore Road in Hamilton Parish in the area of the marketplace just after 1 p.m. and traffic was affected by the need to travel on one half of the road for the next 2 hours. In other news, a 29-year-old Paget woman is in police custody following a stabbing incident today at a Radnor Road, Hamilton Parish residence. The victim is a 40-year-old Hamilton Parish man who was found lying on the floor in an unresponsive state. He was rushed to the King Edward Memorial Hospital via ambulance and is in stable condition on a general ward. Police are investigating the incident and are appealing for anyone who may have witnessed it or may have further information to contact them on 295-0011 or the confidential Crime Stoppers hotline at 800-8477. The One Bermuda Alliance today hit back at Shadow Tourism Minister Zane De Silva's statement yesterday on the Grand Atlantic development, calling upon him to put progress before politics. VSB's Charles Webb has the details.
The statement from the One Bermuda Alliance was blunt. Shadow Minister Zane De Silva, it said, is never one to let sensible thinking stand in the way of political point scoring. His Thursday statement saw him trip over the Grand Atlantic development in his rush to attack the OBA government, the statement added. It went on to say, Mr. De Silva said the opposition PLP would oppose any attempt to displace the sole homeowners at the Grand Atlantic development, the Marshall family, with every measure at its disposal. And then a few sentences later, Mr. De Silva said, let's broker a deal at the Grand Atlantic that doesn't deprive the Marshall family and move forward with this project. The OBA statement questioned Mr. De Silva's statement that the Marshalls are being displaced so that others could profit. Does that mean he is against proposal to convert the 78-unit development into an all-suite condo hotel, which was welcomed by his colleague Mr. Wayne Herbert when it was first announced in April? Government officials continue to work for an acceptable deal with the Marshall family that would have them vacate their condo unit to allow resort planning to proceed. The government has offered to 1. Transfer the family to a choice of properties valued approximately at $200,000 more than the price they purchased their Grand Atlantic unit. 2. Purchase their unit at a 35% return on their investment. And 3. Independent appraisal of their condo unit and sale with all costs borne by government. The statement concluded, at the Grand Atlantic, the government is trying to turn a lemon into lemonade. We're trying to make a productive use of an asset that could generate jobs, careers, and income for many Bermudians over time. Government's discussion with the Marshall family are based on offering them the best possible arrangement in order to achieve this larger goal. For VSB News, I'm Charles Webb.
Thank you, Charles. Dr. Carlton Crockwell of the Bermuda Road Safety Council says his organization is uniting with the police service to try to get across to the motoring public the extent of the personal cost of dangerous driving.
We have seen accidents that have caused loved ones to suffer. We have seen loved ones go home without the loved ones they left behind at the hospital because some have been paralyzed. And who suffers in Bermuda? Everyone. Your loved ones suffer. Your health insurance premiums go up. The motor insurance premiums go up. The damages to our infrastructure, someone has to pay for that. And the list goes on and on. We at the Road Safety Council, along with our partners, the Bermuda Police Service, we consider this a national health crisis, and we are asking for the Bermuda public to help us. The Road Safety Council, over the next few months, will continue to educate the public on road safety. 1, back-to-school events. 2, our Road Safety Week coming up in November the 17th to the 23rd, We'll be giving you more information as the time gets closer. Christmas campaign. And what we're excited about over the last years, our education officer, Mr. David Mine, has been working very hard on the road sobriety checks. We are happy to support the minister as he goes forward, as we are near end of the work that he's been doing. I congratulate Mr. Minus and the team at the TCD for the job well done in getting this ready. But we at the Road Safety Council are urging the public to come on board with the campaign. In 2013, we started a campaign called Think, Choose, and Live. Very simple words: think, choose, and live. We're asking everyone, especially those in these age brackets that we're very concerned about, between the ages of 25 and 35, who are losing their lives, think before you get on your bike and make the right choice. Then, of course, ultimately, you want to live.
The opposition is calling for a quality of life survey to determine just how much Bermudians are struggling during this current economic downturn. Vsb News' Chris Lodge has the following report.
Mr. Ferbert says with massive unemployment, cuts to financial assistance and many churches and charities required to do more with less, Bermuda is in never-before-seen circumstances. He says the PLP believes that public policy decisions must be informed by the facts as they stand today and not what we assume them to be. That's why he says the PLP recommends that the government immediately initiate a quality of life study. He says Bermudians need hope and need to know that the real circumstances surrounding wages, living expenses, and the overall well-being of Bermudians are known to the government of the day and informs their decisions going forward. This, he says, was a valuable tool in previous decades and will be invaluable in ensuring that no one is left behind as we seek to revitalize our economy. Mr. Ferbert concluding, let's work together to see how our people are really making out in one of the wealthiest countries in the world and do all we can to guarantee that we are truly building a Bermuda that works for Bermudians. I'm Chris Lodge, Vsb News.
Thank you. We still have ahead the weather preview with Shay.
Thanks, Selena. Hey, let's take a look at the Doppler radar. Oh, look at that. There is still, yes, surprise, surprise, some rain in the area. Is it going to be a beautiful weekend with lots of sun? Probably not. But I will have more coming up later.
The weather radar picture provided courtesy of the Ministry of Transport on Vsb TV 11.
5 varieties to choose from. Grape aroma, $2.99 per pound. Save $1.60 on Hormel Deli sliced cooked ham, $2.99 per pound. Start your day with Kellogg's Frosted Flake cereal, $5.49 for a 15-ounce box, $5.29 for 10 packs, all varieties of high C fruit juices. A Cool Treat, Turkey Hill ice cream, $6.29 for all varieties of 48-ounce tubs. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more super specials. You can count on us.
Copyfax is Samsung's authorized dealer service center in Bermuda. If you're looking for a tablet, Copyfax have a range of Samsung's Tab 3, 5 and 7. They have Samsung's ATIV Book, which has a 15.6-inch screen. And the ATIV One computer has a 24-inch touch screen. Be sure you're buying from an authorized Samsung dealer. In Bermuda, it's Copyfax Limited, 96 North Shore Road. They service what they sell.
And welcome back to Vsb TV 11. Bermuda student architects go up against the big boys tonight when their vision of what a new L.F. Wade International Airport could look like are judged as part of the Institute of Bermuda Architects annual design contest. The judges get to choose from the winning design from unidentified entries, and then the exhibition will be moved to the Civil Air Terminal itself.
Over the years, we've had competitions such as the Lifeguard Tower, St. George's, cruise ship terminal, and this year, 2014, the students took the initiative to provide a more robust design competition. It's proved challenging for the students, however, as you can see, that their expression of their designs is truly at a professional level.
They're up against the big boys, aren't they?
Yes, yeah. Basically, the competition was open, and actually they opened it up to an international level as well. So this was a very interesting thing to see the progression and digression of the participants.
How many entries have you had?
Basically, it started off as 6 groups, and through workload commitments and whatnot, we end up with 2 full submissions. So there are 2 groups at the end of this.
They're on display here in the Washington Mall just for tonight's judging, but then they're going to go out to the airport.
That's correct. So tonight there's a judging and also a public showcase, and then they'll be put on display at the LF Wade Airport.
Now, we know for sure that this is going to happen one day, so it's not a dream, is it?
Yeah, basically the student's craft is kind of the design of built space for programmatic issues, and I think that you let them dream. The dream then manifests to a design board, and that gets healthy conversation within the public. That healthy conversation then engenders what-ifs, and the what-ifs then can lead to possible funding and therefore, a redesign of the airport, which would be great.
Now, let's face it, you can't have a Bermuda-style airport, can you?
Well, there has to be an economy of scale. Like, there are very large airports around the world. So what the students take into consideration is the environment. These designs come up from the ground up.
Enhancing the professional capabilities of individuals working in Bermuda's substance abuse prevention and treatment programs, the Dupereau Fellowship Fund today announced Mr. Pete Saunders has been chosen by the fellowship to receive a $15,000 grant for doctoral studies in human development. Gray Miners has more details.
Mr. Saunders was recognized as a Dupereau Fellow at a luncheon hosted today at ACE Bermuda. He will receive $15,000 a year for 3 years. Mr. Saunders holds a Master of Science, summa cum laude, in Human Services from Capella University. He will begin his studies this fall at Fielding Graduate University in Santa Barbara, California. Mr. Saunders, who was presented with his award by Nancy and Brian Dupereau, will continue serving the Bermuda community once he completes his doctoral studies. He will apply coaching and other transformative learning methods to support individuals in recovery to produce extraordinary results and breakthroughs in their lives while advancing the recovery from addiction. The Dupereau Fellowship was established in 2004 with a $500,000 donation from Nancy and Brian Dupereau and a $1 million gift from the ACE Foundation in honor of Mr. Dupereau's leadership at the ACE Group of Companies. Since its establishment, the Dupereau Fellowship has supported the professional development of 8 therapists, administrators, and clinicians providing services in Bermuda. I'm Gray Miners reporting for VSB News.
Thank you, Gray. Now here's a look at the daily markets presented by Bias.
And here are the daily markets presented by Bias. Global stocks fell and U.S. Treasuries extended gains as escalating tensions in Ukraine outweighed optimism on central bank stimulus. The yen rose amid increased demand for haven assets. In the U.S., stocks fell after escalating tensions in Ukraine boosted demand for haven assets. The S&P 500 slipped 0.01% to 1,955 at close of trading in New York. 29,443 shares of Bank of Butterfield traded hands today. The stock closed at $1.98 per share, down 0.5%. Also trading was 4,200 shares of Argus and 6,000 shares of Keytech. Argus was unchanged on the day, while Keytech added 6.02%. UK stocks paired their advance in the final hours of trading, leaving the FTSE 100 index little changed after Ukraine said its troops attacked a Russian military convoy. The FTSE 100 added 0.06% to 6,689 at its close in London. Asian stocks rose as investors weighed earnings. Ukraine developments and economic data fueled bets central banks will maintain stimulus. The Hang Seng gained 0.62% to the highest close since November 8, 2010. The Vsb rose a second day on speculation Marina Silva will run as a presidential candidate in the October ballots, dimming prospects for President Dilma Rousseff's re-election. The Vsb advanced 2.12% to 56,964 at the close of trading. Treasury prices rose, sending yields lower as conflict in the Ukraine spurred investors' demand for safety, and reports signaled the U.S. economy will struggle to gain traction. 5-year notes dropped 4 basis points to close at 1.53%. The yen advanced on haven demand after Ukraine said its troop attacked and destroyed part of a military column that entered the country from Russia. And that was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. There's more news after the break.
Save $1.70 on a value pack of fresh Purdue chicken wings, just $2.99 per pound. Imported vine-on tomatoes, $2.99 per pound. $3.39 for a 12-ounce tin of Libby's corned beef. All varieties of 6-ounce tubs of low yogurt, only $1.09. A 4-roll of Scott Extra Soft Toilet Tissue, just $3.29. All stores open Monday through Saturday until 10 p.m., Sunday 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us. Come on, boys. Let's see what Serta's been up to. Well, the Serta Perfect Sleeper. Hey, it's the only official mattress of the National Sleep Foundation. And it says here that it helps solve my common sleep problems. So comfortable. They'll never want to count us again. We'll see about that. Keep it moving, fellas. This feels good on my back.
The Serta Perfect Sleeper.
Visit Bermuda's exclusive Serta Mattress Gallery, Big Savings Zone, Southside St. David's.
If you've been the victim of an uninsured or hit-and-run driver, your medical and other expenses may not be covered by your insurance. The good news is, there is coverage. The Motor Insurers Fund can provide you with compensation to help you through the crisis, whether suffering from physical injury, loss of wages, or extra expense incurred as a result of your injuries. For further information about the Motor Insurers Fund, visit mif.bm or call 505-8555. The Motor Insurers Fund, assurance after the unexpected.
Hi, I'm Peter Givetti, host of Seasons of Taste. Tune in on Tuesday night during the Vsb Tv 11 News. I'll be here with Chef Chad Mitchell from Red Steakhouse. He's going to be preparing this beautiful dish of watermelon salad with cucumbers, blueberries and goat cheese, and find out what the Gosling's wine of the week is.
Tuesday during the Vsb Tv 11 News.
Welcome back. The Bermuda Hospitals Board has awarded $30,000 in scholarships for this fiscal year to 3 students studying in fields that are projected to be in demand by the hospitals, including nursing and radiology. And in addition, GlaxoSmithKline, a Bermuda-based subsidiary of GSK plc, has once again awarded $30,000 to support a Bermudian student studying physiology. The board said that the 4 scholarship winners have all demonstrated a strong commitment to service in the community and in the hospitals, as well as maintaining a solid academic performance. Kimberly Simons, who is majoring in radiology at Kaiser University in Florida and who received $10,000 for 1 year, said that the award allowed her to further her career in radiologic technology, which has become a rewarding career choice. Stephen Lightbourne, who has been awarded $15,000 over 2 years from GSK, said the award would alleviate the financial pressures attached to tertiary education, which affects so many Bermuda students. He is studying at St. George's University in London and wishes to become a physiotherapist. We will have the sports report right after this break.
TNT Productions and DeFrance Broadcasting are proud to present 2 hours of the 2014 Cup Match highlights on Vsb Tv 11 on Tuesday, August 19th, beginning at 8 p.m. Tune in and watch the 2-hour presentation of the best of this year's thrilling match with commentary led by VSB's Voice of Summer, Sean Tucker, without commercial interruptions. That's Tuesday, August 19th at 8 p.m. on VSB Tv 11. You'll be glad you did.
Now let's check in with Earl Basin for a preview of the weather.
Young Jordan Smith will feature as a coach in the Eastern County second-round match tomorrow at the Seabreeze Oval, where challengers Bailey's Bay will take on cup holders Cleveland County. Smith was asked if he was excited.
Yeah, I am. I mean, it's good to get the opportunity to represent Bailey's Bay. I worked hard for it last year, and then obviously got reserve. But this year I've really worked hard, and I've come back from the UK, and I think I deserve it.
Now, it's a lot of pressure. They don't have the trophy. How much pressure is it down at Seabreeze or at Bayless Bay to try and take this trophy from Cleveland County?
I don't think it's much pressure. I think it's more everybody's come together and trying to work hard as that we can work hard to bring the trophy back to Bayless Bay. I think that we're working hard in training. We're training every day this week, so should go well.
You can hear all the coverage of the Eastern County match tomorrow on VSB 1450 AM Gold and Mix 106. Jillian Tessera continued her preparations for the World Equestrian Games as she continued competing at the lake area international horse jumping event in Austria. Competing in the small tour 1.30 meter class, Tessera and Amarula finished second. The pair recorded a clear round time of 59.58. Tessera also competed on Balanini in the same class, and they finished 26th with a clear round time of 73.64. Tessera and Lacvals finished 33rd, competing in the Big Tour 1.50 meter class. They clocked a time of 77.02, and they had 8 penalty fault points. Staying with equestrian news, Kaiwan minors recently competed at the Venice, Florida International Horse Jumping event. Riding Matana, minors took part in the $5,000 Welcome Stakes 1.35 meter class against 27 entries, finishing 7th. Minors also competed in his first $25,000 Grand Prix 1.45 meter class against 23 competitors and finished 16th. Bermuda's Olympians are rallying around the Youth Olympic Games team, showing them support and offering words of encouragement. Swimmer Roy Allen Birch wrote to the athletes, "This experience will help shape and mold your journey as an athlete. We come from a small country, but we have a big name around the world. Be strong in your performances and know that you can compete amongst the best. Every trip holds a secret for you, so learn from your experiences and progress towards being a better athlete." Sailor Xander Kirkland wrote, "You represent all that is good about the future of Bermuda. Focus, teamwork, persistence, and ambition. Enjoy the moment and represent the rock. We may be tiny geographically, but we have a strong legacy of competing at the highest level." Triathlete Flora Duffy wrote, "Embrace each and every experience, for a mind that is stretched by a new experience can never go back to its old dimensions. I'm cheering for you. Bermuda is cheering for you. So go on and thrive in the moment." Long jumper Arancha King wrote, "Congratulations on representing Bermuda in the Youth Olympic Games. Good or bad, let this competition shape you in some way. Let it be a source of humble motivation and vision." Bermuda's women's senior national team will depart Bermuda tomorrow, heading to the Caribbean Football Union Women's Championships in Trinidad and Tobago. Bermuda are in a strong group that also features Jamaica, Haiti, and Puerto Rico. On match day 1, which is August 19th, Bermuda will take on Haiti. And then on the 21st, they will take on Jamaica. And on the 23rd, Bermuda will face Puerto Rico. I'm Earl Baisden reporting for VSB Sports.
Thank you, Earl. We'll have weather with Shea Barker after the break.
The celebration of a Bermuda cricket legend is brought to you by Belco's, Lindo's, Bex, Butterfield and Vallis, BAC, Colonial Insurance, Corona, Bermuda Bistro, and BF&M. Alma Champ Hunt was born in 1910 and is considered by many as still the greatest cricketer Bermuda has ever produced. He played for Somerset Cricket Club in the Cup Match Classic and was the first to score half-centuries in both Cup Match innings, with a total of 147 runs, at the time a new aggregate record. He finished his Cup Match career with a total of 762 runs and would have been much higher if he had not left to play professional cricket in Scotland, and was the first Bermudian to play professional cricket in the UK. During his time with Aberdeenshire, he scored 22 centuries. He played for Scotland's national team twice in 1938 against Australia and Yorkshire. Although he was not selected, he was asked to play in trial matches to be considered for the 1933 West Indies Tour of England, and remains to this date the only Bermudian to have this honor. His eventual omission was more due to doubts about a Bermudian's eligibility to play for the West Indies rather than his ability. Internationally renowned cricket historian Alan Massey listed Alma Hunt among the 4 greatest cricketers he had ever seen. Alma Champ Hunt, celebrating a Bermudian cricket legend.
This is James Dodgson, Deputy Director of the Bermuda Weather Service, with a Hurricane Awareness Update. Did you know that water is the biggest cause of loss of life and property during a hurricane? Storm surge, inundation and flooding can cause more damage than high wind speeds alone. This damage can be greater when the storm surge and swell coincides with high tides. Hurricane season runs from June the 1st through November the 30th. Will you be ready? Have a hurricane plan in place for your business and home. During the onset of a tropical system, be sure to finish preparations in advance of the onset of hazardous conditions. Monitor the Bermuda Weather Service's website, www.weather.bm, for the latest weather updates. This tip has been brought to you by the Bermuda Weather Service, Bermuda's official source of weather watches, warnings, forecasts and observations, courtesy of BAS Serco Limited.
Outlast any storm with the most advanced alkaline battery. This weather segment is brought to you by Duracell Quantum.
Well, more rain and more rain on the way. I'm thinking about actually moving somewhere nice and dry like Seattle or London. I'm Che Barker, and this is your Bermuda, I think, weather. Let's take a look at our weather shot for today. Today's shot taken by Tristan Martin at 7 a.m. over Darrell's Wharf. And you can see the sky did try and get blue. There was actually some really nice periods today, but where I was, the rain still found a way to come down, and it's looking like it's going to be a couple more showers heading up. Thanks to Tristan for sending this shot in. Our high temperature today, it was warm though, 87 our high at 2 p.m. Our low temperature, 7 a.m. this morning, 78 degrees. Currently we're looking at 84 degrees, humidity of 80%, winds out of the southwest at 8 to 12 knots, and your barometric pressure is unsteady at 30.02 inches. So far for August, we have seen 5.64 inches. That's about 0.3 of an inch off of the entire total we usually get for the month. So we're definitely very heavy. We should probably end up going over the monthly total by the end of the weekend. Total for the year so far, 36.17 inches. Normally, we'd have seen 34.25 inches. Take a look at our satellite map. Well, there's a frontal boundary that's going to linger over the area through the weekend. With showers, you see them there, and an isolated thunderstorm developing this evening and late tonight right through until Saturday. Now, conditions will gradually improve on Sunday, and they will start to settle by the end of the week. In Atlanta, it'll be mostly sunny and 91, 78 and partly cloudy in Boston. Charlotte, partly cloudy and 90 degrees. 72 and partly cloudy in London. Miami, partly cloudy, 91 degrees. 81 and mostly sunny in New York. There's thunder in Orlando and 94. 84 and mostly sunny in Philadelphia. Light rain in Toronto and 70 and mostly sunny, 85 degrees. For tonight, we're looking at 76 degrees, a mix of sun and clouds, one shower or two, a chance of thunder you can see there. Winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 knots. For tomorrow, we're looking at a high temperature of around 84 degrees. Again, we're looking at a chance of thunder, cloudy, and a few showers increasing later on. Winds out of the southwest at 10 to 15 knots, but you'll see gusts all the way up to 25 knots and showers. So if you get your hair did, make sure you put a little something on there, keep it nice. For tonight, mariners, there is a thunderstorm advisory in effect. Seas inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef, 3 to 5 feet. Your sea temperature, 82 degrees. Dropped a degree. For mariners tomorrow, there's still a thunderstorm advisory in effect. Seas inside the reef, 1 to 2 feet. Seas outside the reef, 3 to 5 feet. Low tide is 7:42 a.m. and high tide, 1:53 p.m. There goes my paddle boarding for the weekend. Let's take a look at our 5-day forecast. On Saturday, cloudy with showers and isolated thunderstorms at times, high of 84. On Sunday, sunny periods, a few showers decreasing through the day, high of 83. Monday, a mix of sun and clouds with a shower or two, high of 84. Tuesday, a mix of sun and clouds, high of 85. And Wednesday, a mix of sun and clouds, high of 85. And this week's photo winner of the week is by Dennis Whitehead. This is just a lovely shot. Congratulations to him. This is Bermuda as you like to see it. The rocks off here on the side, the water off all the way into the horizon. Beautiful blues and oranges and pinks. Just a great way to wake up. Congratulations to Dennis. He is winner of Dinner for Two, and you could be next week's winner, so make sure you send in your shot. I'd like to thank the Bermuda Weather Service for all their help, and here's your weekend bad joke. How do you find Will Smith in fresh snow? Follow the Fresh Prince. Huh? Whatever. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see you again real soon.
Outlast any storm with the most advanced alkaline battery. Today's weather forecast was brought to you by Duracell Quantum.
We'd like to wish you a safe and wonderful weekend. Good night, Bermuda.
Outfit for Che Barker, provided by Alexander at the English Sports Shop.
VSB TV 11, Bermuda.